What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Optimize You podcast. In today's conversation, we're going to deep dive into criticism, who you're deciding to take information from, are you taking information from the right people, and how to decipher through that. Let's get into it. So today we are talking about a topic that is near and dear to me. I was talking to somebody about this earlier. This has been on a conversation multiple times within like the last month or so. So it's been fresh on my mind and I wanted to address it. And that is being conscious and being aware of who we choose to take criticism from or feedback or opinions for that matter, especially in regards to really everything. But today we're going to talk health and fitness related. So, I often hear some people talk about the things that so-and-so has said, whether it's a coworker, whether it's their best friend, whether it's a family member. It's usually somebody close to them has given them advice that, let's say, goes against the grain, right? Or isn't used to the traditional norm. So for example, I'll give you an example. The one that I was talking to somebody about the other day is, well, I heard if I eat too much protein that it's going to damage my liver. It's going to be bad for my liver. The problem with statements like these is they're generalizations. And usually this person I know heard it on the Dr. Oz show, right? So you have to be very careful where you're getting your information from. Just because it's broadcasted on live television nationally doesn't mean that it's true. And so you have to remember that. And a lot of times that's just one example. But a more common example that we see is, let's say, for example, you are diving into your health and fitness journey. You just started a program or you just started a nutrition protocol or a diet that you're going on. And your coworker at work says, oh, don't do that because XYZ, and they fill in the blank. Don't do that because I heard blah, blah, blah. And so they make these very broad, generalized, generic statements to get you to stop doing or embarking on your journey. And usually, oftentimes it's from somebody who isn't embarking on their own health and fitness journey, right? Those people seem to know every answer are the people that seem to know all the answers in health and fitness are the ones that aren't taking their own health and fitness journey seriously. And so my 2 cents here is making sure that who the information coming from is so crucial and so important, even more important than the information itself. Who's it coming from? Where's the source? And 9 times out of 10, if you're looking at the source that it's coming from, the person that's telling you that, and if they don't have what you're desiring, what you're wanting, if they haven't accomplished what it is that you want to do, I'd encourage you to take their information with a grain of salt, big grain of salt. Okay, so I see it time and time again. And look, this comes out of a couple different places. In what I feel is, when people give you information, it's one of two things. One, hopefully it's not this one, but it oftentimes can be, is they see you trying to better yourself. They don't like that. It makes them feel uncomfortable. So they want to downplay what it is that you're doing by telling you some random fact that they heard, or even, worse, it's something that they make up. Or, nowadays, if you're looking for information, you're going to find exactly what you're looking for. So if somebody wants to prove incorrect what you're doing or prove wrong what you're doing, they'll find a way to do it. They'll look it up on the internet. They'll find one research. They'll find one little small bit of information to further prove what it is that they're trying to say to get you to stop doing what you're doing, right? That could be a form of pessimism. That could be a form of jealousy. I mean, the list goes on, right? It's usually, hopefully it doesn't come from a place of ill intent or like, hey, stay where I'm at. You're making me uncomfortable because you're pursuing your health and fitness journey. Therefore, I need to find something, a little bit of information to try to deter you, to try to throw you off track, to get you to stop, to get you to slow down and get you to give up, because it's more comfortable when I see you where I'm at, which is I'm not starting on my health and fitness journey, and misery loves company. So I want you to come join me. You have to be careful of those people. Those people are detrimental. Those people are poison. Those people are sickness to your progress. And so make sure that the people that are telling you information that you're seeking information from are either experts in the field, they're professionals at it, they have experience. And experience, what I mean by that is case studies. They have data. They have stuff that says exactly what they're trying to say and proves what they're trying to say through experience. Not just because somebody said it, not just because it's their opinion, not just because they watched something on the news, right? But because they're actually a professional in that field. Another thing is, if we're talking health and fitness, this is a big one too. I saw this one a lot firsthand especially in one of my very first experiences in being mentored in strength and conditioning, health and fitness. I got to experience this, unfortunately, firsthand, and it was eye-opening for me. And that is, if the person that you're seeking information from doesn't have what you want, and in this case, we're talking about physically, right? So if the person is extremely educated, in this case, this example I'm using, the person that was mentoring me was extremely knowledgeable in strength and conditioning and pretty much every facet to do with health, fitness, and nutrition. I would say that they are a walking encyclopedia. Unfortunately, the unwritten rule, or the thing that goes unsaid, is this person didn't take care of themselves personally. They knew everything. They knew exactly how to do it, but they didn't take care of themselves, right? So they were extremely obese, very overweight, but again, a walking encyclopedia. And this is where things can get a little bit different, and where I saw losing buy-in, where I saw a lack of commitment, where I saw people saying things under their breath when he told them to do something, was because he didn't walk the walk. He didn't talk the talk, right? Like he wasn't living in the shoes of what he was preaching. And by the way, this is one of the most knowledgeable people that I know till this day in health and fitness, strength and conditioning, right? Like I said, he's a walking encyclopedia. Anything I needed to do for as far as like to reference something or just kind of bounce ideas off of, great source of knowledge and a great resource to reach out to, and will continue to be that. However, I saw the challenge for him was getting buy-in from the people that he was coaching. They would talk smack under their breath. They would say things that were not nice at all whatsoever. And so it goes to show that no matter how much knowledge you carry and possess, we have to remember that we are a walking billboard for what it is that we're trying to coach as coaches. And so if we're not holding ourselves to the standard at which we're preaching other people to do, it's very difficult to get buy-in from other people, from people that we're saying, hey, treat your nutrition a certain way. Hey, be consistent on your workouts. And we're not doing that as an example. I found it's very hard to get challenged. It's very challenging to get buy-in from those people. So that's kind of like a branch off what we were originally talking about, but it just goes to say, like, just be very cautious of who you're getting your information from, who's telling you what. If it comes from, like, let's say, for example, a family member or somebody very close to you, maybe they don't have any malicious or ill intent with the information that they're giving to you. But again, a great barrier to kind of filter through any of the BS to make sure that you're getting the best information possible that's going to move the needle closer and closer to your goal is oftentimes not from your friends and your family and the people closest to you, unless that person has what you want. And in that case, they're going to actually fast track you to your goal. They're going to say, hey, I'm at where you want to be, or I've achieved what it is that you want. So I can look back, I could see the road that you're going and go, hey, no, make a left here, turn here, don't do this, do that. I recommend this, right? And that person's information is going to be so valuable to you versus the person that's trying to protect you, versus the person that cares and loves for you, but is scared. And so they're speaking from fear. So it's not necessarily going to be the best information to move the needle for you closer to your goal. It's going to be the thing that protects you, that makes them feel better, that makes them feel more comfortable, that puts them at ease, so that they don't have to worry about you going out on a limb, changing, growing, evolving, and becoming more capable to optimize the best version of yourself. They may not want that for you. They may love you, they may care about you, but they may feed you some information like, hey, don't do that. Don't do that because XYZ. They may make something up, right? Because they're like, oh, I'm scared for you. I've seen other people fail trying to do that. I don't want you to fail, so I want to protect you. And guess what? You're not everybody. Just because somebody else failed doesn't mean you're going to fail. And by the way, failing is a whole nother topic. You got to fail to be able to get there, right? So be careful of the people that you take criticism and opinions from and information from if they don't have what you want, if they haven't been where you're trying to go. On the flip side, if somebody has the roadmap, if somebody has the proof, has the data, can show and explain time and time again, and have been doing it and are continuing to do it, continuing to walk the walk, I'd listen to everything that they have to say. I would absorb it. And that's what moved me personally as fast as possible in different realms of my life that I was trying to go. I started listening to the people who were already there. I started paying coaches who had already done what I was trying to do. And I just emulated everything that they told me to do. I listened to them. Uh, there were some things that I didn't agree with it, but I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to put my feelings aside because they know better than I do. They've achieved what it is that I want. And after I try and give it an honest effort and put everything into what it is that they're saying, not just kind of like dip my toe in, but actually do what they're telling me to do, then and only then I can make the decision of whether I want to, make a transition, whether I want to change, whether I want to make a pivot, etc. But if I'm trying to do that before I've actually implemented the thing, I'm not putting my best foot forward. I'm leaning on my own understanding. I'm thinking I know better than the coach who's done this hundreds, if not thousands of times. And just because I saw something or I took a bit of information from here or so-and-so told me this, I think I know better. And unfortunately, that's the thing that keeps you stuck. That's what was keeping me stuck for a long time. And until I paid somebody and until I invested in somebody, which in turn investing in myself and learn from somebody, learn from the business side, learn from coaches in health and fitness, learn from people at the highest level of strength and conditioning, and just absorbed everything that they said and did what they told me to do, I achieved what I wanted to achieve. And it's like that in any facet. You guys can probably relate to that in any facet of your life, but we're talking about specifically health and fitness. So I say all that just to wrap it up with today. Be very cautious of who you're getting your information from when it comes to improving your health and fitness. Have they done what you're trying to do? And have they accomplished it? Were they successful? Are they still successful? Not just one time. Were they able to maintain what it is that they're talking about? Did they do it in an extreme way? Are they giving you information to protect you? Are they giving you information out of fear? You got to take those things into consideration. And if they haven't done what you're trying to do, that's your choice whether you want to listen to them or not. I'm going to encourage you not to, but that's on you. But if you find yourself stumbling over and over and over and listening to people that don't have what you want, but they somehow seem to have all the answers and the best information, I'd encourage you to think twice about that. Reconsider that. Listen to somebody who's done there, who's been it, who's passionate, who holds themselves to a high standard, that doesn't even have to say a word, but you can see it. They wear it. They are a walking billboard. I'd probably listen to those people. But at the end of the day, it is your decision. Just my 2 cents. Hopefully you're able to take something from that. If you were, share it with a friend, family member, somebody who you know could benefit from it, somebody who you feel keeps falling on their face over and over and over because they're listening to everybody around them when they should be listening to the people who has what they want, or the person who has what they want, or the group who has what they want. And I promise you, you will start moving that needle faster and faster and closing that gap to where you want to go because you're listening and absorbing the information from the right people. Enjoy your day. We'll catch you guys on the next one.